and welcome to day 3 of the Africa Energy Forum. My name is Sakunda and I am the founder of Financial Insight. Financial Insight is partnered with Finnfund, who are one of our sponsors at this year's 2023 event. And with me is none other than Helena Teppana of Finnfund, who's here to talk to us a little bit about how she's finding the experience. Hello Helena, how are you today?
Good morning. I'm so fine, thank you. And you?
I'm well. I hope you're enjoying the event so far.
Yes, very much.
Great. Anyway, we'll get straight into it. So Helena, we know that you're very passionate about investments in e-mobility. We just want to get to learn a bit more about what you're doing around e-mobility, but then also how it relates to some of the work that you've done in Asia, as well as like implementing things such as charging infrastructure and e-bus manufacturing, and whether or not you guys have any plans to invest in Africa.
Thank you. You have been really well informed about my passion about e-mobility. That's definitely true. We have made our first investments in that sector in India and in Vietnam, charging four-wheelers and also manufacturing some e-vehicles. A lot of people talk to us about, for example, Indian grid not being so clean. They use still fairly lot of fossil fuels. So there is kind of a criticism or question marks whether e-mobility is actually a climate investment in countries, for example, like India. But for us, it's not only, of course it should be, and it is partly about climate, but for us it is also about health issues, because in big cities where there's a lot of traffic jams, people are walking, cars are standing, exhaust is coming out, and there's a lot of very small particles coming out of the vehicles which go into people's lungs and stuck there, and that causes premature death. And think about small children walking beside the cars or sitting in their strollers and inhaling that constantly. So yes, the grids might be still pretty fossil, not green, but there's a lot of other benefit from e-mobility. And to come into Africa, yes, in Africa it's not so much of four-wheelers, charging four-wheelers yet, but about two-wheelers and three-wheelers. Which is also very important because there are hundreds of thousands of them in the traffic in many countries and in many cities. In some cities, what I hear, there might be 200,000 fossil fuel using motorbikes in use at the moment. And if eventually we could turn all of those into e-bikes, it would really be doing a lot, as mentioned, to people's health, but also to climate eventually. I have looked into quite a few such companies so far in Eastern Africa. Quite a few are still a bit in a too early stage for us. They need some sort of seed or angel investors at first. The B round of the equity raise is something what is more natural to us, and we are looking for such companies. At the same time, I notice that the valuations have gone fairly high already, so we need to see whether we eventually and how many investments we eventually are able to make. But the sector is definitely very appealing. It's a new one, as we know, but at the same time there is a lot of potential in making the world a better place to live for the next generations.
Absolutely, and I thoroughly agree. And Financial Insight is obviously going to be keeping tabs on all the work that you'll be doing in Africa going forward. I wish you well, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you so much.
Right,
I wish the same to you. Thank you.